technology, of course, that enables us to join from different parts of the world. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome Professor K.R.S. Murthy, former director, IIM Bangalore, and Professor Shekhar Chaudhary, former director, IIM Calcutta, joining online for this event. For some reasons, Professor B.S. Sahai, my own colleague and director, IIM Jammu, probably could not join. But today.
I'm very much here. I'm very much here, my dear.
Oh, but I could not. Oh, now, yes. You just appeared. You just appeared. So, yes. Now I could see. Yes. Welcome and namaste.
How are you, sir? Murthy sir. Professor Murthy, after a long time, sir, how are you? It's very nice, like say this thing that got an opportunity to see you and see Professor Chaudhary and of course my
नमस्कार विद्या
ये कृष्ण कुमार साहब नहीं दिख रहे हैं
अभी वहीं पर हैं शिलोंग में है वो अभी अपीयर होंगे
वो तो ठीक है लेकिन दूल्हा जी हैं कहाँ
अभी होंगे
वेरी दूल्हा
So as you are aware, sir, IIM Shillong is the 7th IIM with a strong motive to generate and disseminate knowledge in all aspects of management education and to develop innovative leaders. Of course, it has its main focus for sustainable development. Today, we are delighted to have with us Dr. Krishna Kumar. As we all know, does not need any introduction, but I can aptly say that he is the greatest champion who competes with himself only to bring out the best in oneself and serve humanity. I'm sure the snippet, because I was just going through his book, and even the preface talks about that what motivated him to write this book. And it would really motivate us to thrive and achieve more in life and use our capacities in a worthwhile way. With these words, sir, I welcome all who have gathered here to witness this book launch. And Jai Hind. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, now Krishna Kumar ji is there.
दूल्हा जी आ गए.
आगे जी.
Now I request Dr. Krishna Kumar sir to kindly enlighten us with his words of wisdom and introduce the book to the audience. Thank you. Yes, sir, shall we do that?
Thank you all for joining us for this book launch, which was made in 2 days and made in 15 days. I had never thought that something like this I was able to do. But when I moved from Sirmaur to Jammu, it occurred to me, all that I am seeing today seems that I have seen somewhere else earlier. And then I recollected some 64 cases which I had written, the glimpse of which I was finding when I was moving from one IIM to another IIM. And he said, many times we flipped, many times we were successful. So these cases, I made 2 volumes, printed one and ebook. And volume 1 short cases, volume 2 long cases. Now, because I have a tendency to have long talk, so to stop that, I thought to record all that I want to say in a video and play that video only so that I am limited by 7 minutes. Okay, so can you play the video?
Accidental one. I was trying to develop a common website of all the Indian institutes of management, so that one can have a broad understanding of the IIM family and also have significant information about individual institutes. In the process of making the website, I came across some very fascinating information that left me gasping. The intake in regular PGP of IIM family had gone to close to 7,000 from a meager 800 or so in the year 2008. How the institutions, especially the 3 RD and 4th generation institutes, have grown in the last 6 to 7 years. It was a good surprise for me also to find that they crossed a landmark of 300 intake in PGP programs. which older IIMs had taken anything from 15 to 40 years, if not more. My first experience of increasing intake in one IIM, by adding 75 students in the batch of around 30 students to make it 105 in just 4 months, had surprised even me, like many others, as IIMs in those days used to take often more than a decade to add one more section. How much our non-teaching staff and faculty can deliver, I wondered. In the next such engagement in another institution, my experience was even more fascinating, with sharp increase in PGP intake from 60 to 300 in just 7 years. But when I see that not one but almost all the new generation IIMs are achieving and surpassing this feat, I am convinced that Indians can deliver lot more than what one may believe, on their own too. This fact is supported by many such experiences I came across during the course of 40 years in service, especially 30 years in academic. My post-retirement experiences buttressed this point further, when I came to realize that one hardly uses 30% of the ability that the Almighty gives to an individual, in whole of one's life. Some interesting examples were writing and publishing over a dozen books covering various aspects of strategic management, including both how to learn and teach the subject, when I was crippled with variety of ailments and confined to bed home. Likewise, learning to play Casio and making an album of 62 songs of Lata Mangeshkar, one each from 1948 to 2009, all by myself and without any mentor, at the ripe age of 74 during Corona first and second waves in 2020 to 2021, was a unique experience. Learning to cook several important dishes and designing and opening a dhaba to serve up to 10 persons all my oneself, in just 15 days' time, during same Corona period, was truly an unimaginable experience. Learning to make audios and videos and putting them on websites, creating, maintaining and running websites all by oneself, a 75 years old person, who is not able to stay at one place for more than 2 to 3 months at a time, too, was an extraordinary experience. It becomes even more interesting when one realizes that all this could be carried out without any external funding or any formal office. The most surprising and fulfilling experience, however, was the development of India's first small oxygen generating plant with cylinder filling feature, with Indian Institute of Science, IISc, Bangalore, support, and donating it a small hospital in Lucknow in just 3 months' time from May to August 2021 during the Corona second wave, in which many young people had died. All this convinces me to conclude that India has potential to serve the needs of half the globe, if it wants and gears up to meet the challenge. Over a period of last 40 years, I had developed close to 100 case studies based up on my first-hand experience of either seeing it or doing it either in industry or academics. Many of them, both major and small one, were related to management of various elements of leap forward attempts, some successful and some unfortunately failures. As I moved from one new generation IIM to another, many of them flashed in my mind. I therefore thought to quickly recapitulate 64 such cases, as they were very relevant for the present-day context, and put it together before I lose them and clubbed them into volumes, one volume containing 33 short cases and the other containing 31 long cases. Both were prepared as e-books and printed books format, in about 15 days' time, when I was traveling from one place to another, staying in guest house hotels, with attendant limitations. Many of these cases, 38 to be precise, have teaching notes also available along with a book on case method. These should come handy in preparing for class discussions. This book also demonstrates how to make effective and efficient customized course material for any program in a day's time. All the cases have been purchased from books on my retail sales website ekhacker.com, from where one can buy one or more chapter cases from any one or more of the 5 books, online, paying at a flat rate of 20 rupees apiece by paying through UPI wallet or net banking. Download them in PDF form instantaneously and merge them to make a spiral perfect bound customized book in about 3 hours time. This could be a good way for faculty members to open their literature for mass use and benefit very large student and managers community in the country. This book, like common website of IIMs, imsworld.in, also demonstrates a powerful new concept of how to earn infinite ROI. I hope the management teachers trainers, especially those engaged in strategic management subject, the working managers and students of management will find the book interesting and useful one for practice of leap forward strategies. The cases covered in the book capture and highlight many important and unique factors relevant for management in a large country like India, with very high diversity in socio-cultural context, which greatly impacts leap forward strategies, but little realized, leading to failures and missed opportunities. Krishna Kumar, Guwahati, 2nd November 2022.
Wonderful. Sir, you please unmute. Professor Krishna Kumarji, please unmute yourself.
KK, unmute. KK, unmute.
Enjoying very many good things which are happening, each one of them. And it looks to me that a lot more is possible if somehow we can integrate their efforts also without falling with their respective agenda. So mutually exclusive, but collectively exhaustive way to serve the country. And it's not just IIMs which will be able to take care of the entire requirement of the country, but with their efforts and with their synergies, they can help almost 2,000 migrant schools in the country, which require similar inputs. Not only that, the next leap, which I think is already started, how to serve large number, not thousands, but lakhs of managers to give management inputs and notice those who may not be able to come for 2 years formal residential program for degree candidate, they also need this help. And I see a great opportunity for IIMs to meet this requirement of the country. Last but not the least, we have been talking of internationalization of India, but we internationalize to prepare managers who become employees of companies elsewhere and they start serving India. I thought when Dr. Manmohan Singh has said, we will globalize, that Indians will become big enough to serve the unserved society in the world. So half the globe is still open to us. And if I am changing their thinking a bit, the big, I won't use the word market, big part of the globe, which is not served, can be served by India through Indian products, including management education. Now, I will request Professor Vidya, Professor Goel, Professor Murthy, and Professor Shekhar Chaudhary to launch the 4 volumes. There will be, yes, we'll be calling them one by one. First will be Professor Vidya, then Professor Goel, then Professor Murthy, then Professor Shekhar Chaudhary. Now, my role stops here. I'll just hand over to Professor to make them host so that they can launch the book. Okay, Professor?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Vidya to virtually launch the book.
So Professor, you can share your screen, please, and then you can click on the summit.
Vidya, please unmute.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
you need to
so let
unmute.
me just say a few words about.
So we cannot hear you.
Hear me?
So
Just a minute.
I believe you have one page that is update ebook. What you have to do is you have to share that first.
I've already
And
shared.
once you share, we all can see that. So we cannot hear you.
Professor Chaudhary, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, so there is something wrong at your end. Please check your end. Fine?
Yes.
Yeah. I've already submitted.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
I was told to submit. I have already submitted. Fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Live. Okay.
We can consider launched.
Right. Now we'll request Professor T.P. Goel to make this book public and please submit it. So first maybe yeah. We have made it public and ebook is successfully updated. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Now we will request Professor Murthy to share the screen and launch the printed book, Volume 1. Share the screen. Yeah, please share the screen, sir. You have to share that window where that book is.
Yeah. Has it been launched? Has submitted?
Okay. Right. So we would request Professor Shekhar Chaudhary to please launch Volume 2 of the printed book, please. Okay.
Volume 2.
Shekhar sir, if you can share the screen, please.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, this one? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I have submitted.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot. I'd like to request Professor Vidya Sahai to say a few words, please.
Yeah, Professor Kumar, Professor Shekhar Chaudhary, Professor Murthy, Professor Goel, and all friends present at IIM Shillong.
Yeah.
First of all, I must congratulate Professor Krishna Kumar. After he achieved the age of 75, he remains 75. And he will remain 75 forever. Because he has decided that everything will move, but his age will be constant. That's why he has started writing 70 plus. My association with Professor Krishna Kumar is long back, more than 30 years. Like say, after his retirement from IIM Lucknow, he took a place that he should contribute. It is not a retired life. To make his life more active, he started using, this internet-based seminars, conferences, book launching, everything. But the best part is that I am director for last almost 18 years now for different institutions. To my utter surprise, I'm yet to see a person who is spending his personal money and making a point to visit all IIMs, particularly second and third generation IIMs. When he visited Jammu, I said that what motivates you to do this thing? At this is, along with his wife, I fondly call her Bhaviji. And he said that this is what I can contribute to the society, and keeps motivating younger generation, all faculty members, staffs. He had meeting with everybody. And while he was here, he was planning to launch one book, but that time preface was not ready. So he said that let me complete my preface and then I will launch this thing. So I must salute Professor Krishna Kumar that at this age, and is really a source of inspiration for all of us. I've seen him working for last 30 years because my association with IIM Lucknow, because of my brother, it was there. And every time I used to interact with Professor Krishna Kumar. So I wish that he lives long and contribute every ways. So far as this book is concerned, I remember that first book on his case book came long back, I think again, probably 30 years back or 25 years back. I don't remember the date of publication. And he was so excited that time. I was doing some consulting at Scooter India Limited, and he had written a case on Scooter India, and we had a discussion. So such an amazing personality. He is still young at heart, and I'm sure that his young heart will remain young all the time, all the years to come. I'm sure the books, what has been launched today, whether it is online or e-book or printed book, it will be very useful to all business schools, all faculty members and students. I wish a very grand success of all these 4 books. Thank you very much, Professor Krishna Kumar, for giving me this opportunity to come. And the best part is on this occasion, I was able to meet 2 great stalwarts, Professor Murthy and Professor Chaudhary. This was an added bonus to me because we are meeting after a long time. Of course, it is online. And my colleague and friend, Professor Goel. So once again, I thank him and wish the grand success of these books.
Thank you, Professor Sahai. Thank you. Very nice. Very good. Yeah.
Very much. Now may I request Professor Murthy?
Thank you. I join Professor Sahai in admiring Krishna Kumar's devotion to professional work. Krishna Kumar, Shekhar Chaudhary, and I were all part of the first batch of PhD students at IIM Ahmedabad, almost more than 45 years ago, I think. And we read many of the classics in management together, discussed it together. And I think that has helped all of us a great deal. IIM Shillong is hosting a conference I see on sustainability. The world has changed enormously in the last 40, 50 years. And the kind of spirit of renewing oneself that Professor Krishna Kumar has shown is needed by all the faculty in our IIM family. In fact, Krishna Kumar was one of the first to create a bond among all the strategic forum faculty in India. He went out of the way, worked beyond, put his own money like he does for this Tirtha Yatra of IIMs, and made many programs absolutely cheap so that the university faculty in strategy can come and attend various programs. Now, the reason I recall the classics is because in the last 50 years, world has changed. Sustainability is a very big point. Second is management is so much based on certain distorted views of human behavior that it needs correction. And I think IIMs in India can lead the world in rediscovering management or renewing management concepts to the new situation, which is fundamentally different. And I don't think the way it is going is appropriate for a healthy development of society. So let me thank Professor Krishna Kumar and IIM Shillong for giving me this opportunity. As Professor Sahai said, it's a great reunion of some of us, and also to meet Professor Goel. So let me wish the conference all success, and Professor Krishna Kumar can justifiably take some rest now. And bless all the youngsters who I hope will do a lot of case writing and think from basics to rediscover the concepts. Thank you.
Professor Joshi, we are not able to hear you.
Oh.
Yeah, now.
Yeah. Okay, right. So thank you, Murthy sir. Thank you very much for your inspiring words and your blessing. Now I'd like to request Shekhar sir for a few words, please.
Okay. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak a few words. As Professor Murthy said, Krishna Kumar and I were students together. We were classmates at IIM Ahmedabad, and we learned strategic management together. And Professor Murthy was our teacher. I think we have I keep on talking to KK, and I call him KK. So we talk that we are still friends, after so many more than 45 years. And we are still friends, as if, when we meet together again, we somehow feel that as if we are young, 20, in our 20s, but we are now in our 70s, as, he writes 75, at the rate 75 plus. Now, I keep on telling him, why are you doing all these things? This Tirtha Yatra of IIMs. But, looking back at it, I mean, of course, you need such people with this kind of energy. I don't know from where he gets that energy and the inspiration. But one day I was talking to him a few days ago. I said, what are you? I don't know how you get this energy. He said, I don't get sleep. I don't think, those who don't get sleep would do this kind of work. I'm not going to repeat all that, what has already been repeated by Vidya and Professor Murthy and Professor Goel already. But I just salute Krishna Kumar's energy and the desire. One thing which I can say is I have yet to come across a person in India who is more patriotic in terms of thinking about the country all the time. All the time he's saying, how can we reach management education, and not especially strategic management education, to the most, as many people as possible. So I think all the time he's thinking about, I have not come across anybody who thinks about the country so much. So I think that is one point, but I would like to just digress a little bit from this now. This, what he has done, what Krishna Kumar has done, by initiating this visits to different IIMs, the second, third generation and fourth generation IIMs, is unifying, because we have seen, during the time that we were directors, Krishna Kumar was at IIM Kozhikode, I was at Calcutta, and a few others at different IIM A, B, and Lucknow and Indore. We had developed a bonhomie amongst ourselves, and that was cemented because of the fight that we had with the government of India on the fee cut issue. At that time, there was a tremendous bonhomie. We used to get together quite often, meet in one of the IIMs and discuss all our issues. But after that, I think that whatever within quotes, that feeling of common, somebody which is a common enemy kind of thing, which was happening at that time, is no longer there. And I find that the IIMs do not have that kind of camaraderie. And I think the third generation, fourth generation, I think they meet, they have, please correct me if I'm wrong, the admission is also not coordinated as it used to be for the first 6 IIMs. And it is separate for the third and fourth generation IIMs. So I think what KK has done now, I think by going to visit these institutions, he's been able to get information, gather information firsthand, which I would encourage him to write about. All these, the strategies and how these new institutions are developing, and how different strategies have worked together to bring us to a situation when at some time he's mentioned we had 800 students intake in some time, I think about 2008 or so. And today we have 7,000, which is an absolute, leap forward. What he is talking about, leap forward, how this has happened and how we can go forward from this. I think that is one in terms of volume. So I think we have reached a stage when the IIM system, like the systems in the US, Texas, University of Texas system, University of California system. In India, we have this IIM system. And of course, the IIT system is also. IITs are more homogeneous, more integrated, more coordinated because of the IIT Council. But the IIMs do not have that. How we can come together, the IIMs, I think one of the things which perhaps, I don't know how it can be done, is have some kind of conference where all the IIMs come together and talk about, may not be coordinated by the government, but on their own. I think this KK's visit to all these IIMs, if he can write something about it, I think that really can play a very important role. Next point which I would like to mention is that we have come to a stage where scale is no longer a problem. 7,000 intake, I think, is just fabulous. Now, this kind of size of the management programs across, together, collectively, it's huge. And if research can be focused upon, and if there is some discussion among these IIMs, I think we need to move away from the Western, traditionally for the last 40, 50, 60 years, we have been generally following what the West has done. Now, I think we have reached a time, a stage in our development when totally new things can be done. One point which I think Professor Murthy talked about is the sustainability. This is one. Second is, we need to talk about the values, how Indian values, Indian philosophy can influence management theories. I think if that can be done, I think it will be a signal contribution of the IIMs. With that, I'd like to close. Thank you very much once again.
Yeah, just I would like to say something. Really, it's heartening to hear Professor Chaudhary, there are no fourth generation, it is 3 generation IIMs are there. And Professor Chaudhary, you will feel very happy, and Professor Murthy will also feel very happy to know this thing, that when Raipur, Rohtak and Ranchi was established in 2010, mentored by respective IIMs. For 2011 admission, they said that, okay, do of your own. And these 3 IIMs came together and conducted admission process because of limited resources or constraints. It was done successfully. Following year, 3 more IIMs joined. So it was 6 IIMs, combination of 6 IIMs, and admission was done successfully. Today, there are 9 IIMs are part of CAP, what we call combined admission process. Taking CAT score, admission policy remains independent, but interview process is done together, which saves a lot of time of all institutions, students particularly, and parents. And the best part is it is highly economical.
Sorry, just clarification. Interview is done jointly.
Jointly, yeah, that is what I'm telling this thing.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, you would, I'll take half a minute. We had thought about all these things, but we could never agree. I mean, I'm talking about those years when I was a KK and I was there.
No, like say, you are very much aware of that even when IIM Act was being made, a lot of discussion took place back and forth. And one meeting had taken place at IIM Calcutta also, when this HRD minister, Mr. Sibal was there.
Sibal, yes.
Yeah. And after that, all ministers, 3-4 ministers, it has seen. And finally, IIM Act came into existence when Mr. Javadekar was the HRD minister. So one is that admission part. It's very good that these IIMs are cooperating, coordinating, and interacting quite regularly. Second thing is that, like say, you remember that long back we had started Pan IIM World Conference, and that is still continuing. Because of Corona, there was some disruption, but again, that is starting. But I fully agree with you, and I think that what Professor Krishna Kumar has done and trying to do is to, let's say, it will be really great that he can pin down his all experience of visiting, because he has visited many times this first generation IIMs, say, second and third generation IIMs, he has gone of his own, spending his own money, spending 3-4 days, interacting faculty for hours together, staff for hours together, students for hours together. So he had the pulse of idea of what is happening at all campuses. And while he was visiting and when we were discussing, he had all praise for the second generation and third generation IIMs, the way they are conducting, they are doing. So I think that it's really great on his part. And on this count, I would like to say that, let's say your contribution and Professor Murthy's contribution, because, let's say your involvement is very much required. You had enough, but what is important is that your involvement is required. Like say, I had requested when I was in IMT, I had requested Professor Murthy and Professor Kalro and others to be part of this advisory committee, and it helped a lot. Quality of education improved there. I think that like say, we have technology, and both of you can make significant contribution the way Professor Krishna Kumar is doing. So I think that it will be really great, and more directors can join this thing. Those who are free and can.
I'm stopping in between, but actually there's this seat of activities there as a part of SusCon. So thank you very much to all the professors there and dignitaries. So I'll request Divyansh to give a vote of thanks, please.
I, Divyansh Pariwal, take this opportunity to thank Professor Krishna Kumar, Professor Vidya Sahai, Professor Murthy, Professor Shekhar Chaudhary, and our Director Sir, Professor D.P. Goyal. It was a pleasure for us to have you among us. I thank each and everyone present here for your time and support. Have a pleasant evening ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Good luck
Thank you.
Thank
It
you.
was great to meet
Thank
all
you.
of you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you
Well,
so
sir.
much.